Kia ora, ko Dan Hikuroa, toko ingoa. Kei te mahi au, a kei te wānanga o Waipapa, kei Waipapa taumatarau. Dan Hikuroa, I work in the Māori Studies Department as part of the School of Māori Studies and Pacific Studies at the University of Auckland. Drawing on my training as an earth scientist, but also drawing on the expertise of teams we build, I more or less respond to what communities want, from geothermal feasibility studies to understanding industrial contaminants, flood and hazard risk, to understanding earthquake risk and volcanic risk. All of these are questions that have come from communities and that we seek to answer with, within and for those communities. One of the conceptual framings I use is about restoring Māori. Māori is a universal Māori concept, and it's understood as the life-supporting capacity of air and water and soil. When ecosystems are thriving, the Māori is thriving. Conversely, when ecosystems are suffering, the Māori is suffering. One research project I'm involved in is looking at rāhui, this ancient practice of restricting human activities in the environment in order that that environment might rebound, allow the Māori to come back, and then we lift the rāhui. I recall fondly, about 17, 18 years ago, receiving an email asking that I head down to Ōkahu Bay to meet with some folks from Ngāti Whātua Rākei. And we sat down in Ōkahu Bay and they explained to us some of the challenges they face in the environmental space and about trying to restore kaimoana in that bay, which used to be the food basket. And they shared with me, the best place to keep your fish fresh is in the ocean. And when you need it, you go and get it. Sadly, Ōkahu Bay hasn't been in a good enough state for that for some time. And so a number of discrete little projects grew out of trying to understand and explain and lead towards that vision. One of them was doing kaimoana surveys, and it wasn't just about determining what was there, it was about listening to the kaumātua, but also it was about understanding were the kaimoana species there, and if they were there, was it actually safe to eat?
The mussel deployment here, there's been over 60 tonnes of mussels deployed in Ōkahu, and the removal of the moorings has been one of those things that has seen a change in the environment for all of us to enjoy. So it's been a pleasure to work with Dan and to actually see the influence that he's had on so many people over so many years. It's true collaboration, and I think that true collaboration has meant that we can see the results of that in our environment.
And for that kind of work, I draw heavily on my science training, but I also draw heavily from the mātauranga. Many of the solutions we arrive at could not be reached from either body of knowledge in isolation. If I just looked at mātauranga Māori, or if I just looked at science, we wouldn't land in the places where we've landed. And so it's only through the weaving together of those two knowledge systems, of those two ways of knowing and being and doing, those bodies of knowledge, that we can start to imagine futures and solutions that neither body of knowledge could reach in isolation. To me, that's really powerful. What drives me in this work is restoring Māori. It's about being a good ancestor. What a privilege it is, though, to be recognised by one's peers for the work that you do. So many colleagues, mentors, whānau, near and extended, have all contributed to me being in this place. And so I'll accept this award, but it's actually for our future. It's actually on behalf of all those people who have been part of my journey. In particular, though, I do need to mention Dame Anne Salmon for nominating me for this award, and my two referees, Jacinta Rudu and Richard Leheran, for their magnificent work, which ultimately has led to me receiving this award. Kia ora tātou.